Okay, let's try this by pressing record. Oops.
Alright.
Okay, you're gonna have to click record. Let me zoom in on this.
Record, and then I'll tell you when. 5, 4, 3.
We'll pretend like
No, it's recording. I definitely wanted to start a podcast because I've always looked for platforms that really covered issues that pertain to someone like myself.
So, to begin with, I actually really love the arts. So I'm super into like filmmaking and podcasts and stuff.
My upbringing, talking about issues that actually truly related, things that are relatable. And, I just never found it, there were platforms out there, there were people that actually talked about certain things that somewhat kind of related to what my feelings and what my upbringing was.
And then I realized that there's not really much Latinas out there besides like makeup artists who are Latina and stuff like that. So I was like, I really want to start something, but I wasn't sure as to like what topics I wanted to talk about.
And I think when Janet and I really talked about a lot of the issues, cultural, social issues, even political issues. Not that we're going to get into anything political. Well, maybe.
And that's when I met Arnaz, and Arnaz was like, girl, I got you. So I feel like along the way, it started like snowball affecting, where I was like, oh my God, yes, I want to do that. And I want to do that. And we want to do that. And eventually here we are. We're making this super huge snowman podcast.
I think we're going to get into political issues. But there was so much out there, so much knowledge that I feel like is not heard, or people really don't talk about. It's definitely seen in a very limited vantage points and just perspectives. And so I've always wanted to talk about things and issues that really mattered and that people wanted to hear about, and some things that are very near and dear to my heart.
But it's gonna be great. You're here for the ride. You're gonna love it. And that's it.
So
stop.
Here we are.
Yes, here we are.
Here we are. First episode.
Yes.
Welcome to Okay Bye. If you've been following us on social media, thank you. I mean, we're still learning the ropes with our official page. So again, if you're following us, share, like, give us feedback. We would definitely appreciate the feedback. As we're going to be talking about different things, I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, but things that actually pertain to us individually and us as a whole, right? So we talk about bridge generation, us being raised in two different cultures. The American culture, the American way, and then the Samoan way or the Mexican way. And so I find that, we take a little bit from both cultures, where we're not Samoan enough or Mexican enough, and we're not American enough because we have culture. And so I'm excited to really talk about some of the issues and some of the topics that we've had kind of buried and we've wanted to talk about for some time now, and whatever you guys want to talk about. So like I said, we'd love to hear from you guys. Feedback is great.
Yes.
Good, bad, and the ugly. And if you're ugly, we're going to unfollow you.
Just keep following us.
Just kidding. But we definitely want to hear from you guys because the more that you guys actually give us feedback, the more we know whether we're hitting it right on the head. And it's okay to disagree too. It's okay to kind of give different perspectives and offer your take on these things, because again, this is really a platform for not just us, but who we represent.
Right.
That Latinx, and again, the Samoan, Polynesian community out there that I feel like we don't have a huge presence here. I know Janet talked about being a Latina who wants to do so much and talk about different things as a Latina. I feel like you hear a lot about overall the culture, but what are some of the stigmas? What are some of the things that kind of get in the way? And same thing for the Polynesian community. I think they have a huge presence in Australia and New Zealand, but not a lot here. I mean, you think about Samoans and all you think about are athletes. what we're good about as athletes or security guards. Let's face it. If you're not a football player, you're a security guard, and they look at me and they think I'm Hispanic, or they start speaking to me in Spanish. Sí, claro. But yeah, so super stoked.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about like issues we face on a daily, being first gen and stuff, and like issues you face at home with your first gen, like with your parents, like
oh, for sure,
all the time. Who some people are like, oh no, I don't have to. Like, oh, that's right.
Must be nice.
Never mind.
I mean, I don't want to use the word privilege, right? But it's so different,
Very different.
Growing up with parents who still have both feet in where they come from,
right?
Trying to raise children in a different place and trying to understand both. And even though, I was born here, I was raised in Hawaii for a little bit, and then moved to Samoa, to the territory, American Samoa. And so even though it's a territory of the U.S., we still are very traditional. I kind of see that being skewed a little bit more, where they're becoming a lot more Americanized, much more westernized. But it's good to really bring forth things that people really don't talk about.
Yeah.
Like you either sweep it under the rug, or we just don't think about it because we're just so busy going about life and trying to figure it out, and shit, we still haven't figured it out, but I'm excited to talk about it.
I'm super excited. Definitely want to hear the feedback. DM personal our IGs, our OkayByeOfficial. We're gonna be on TikTok soon. You can leave voice memos on Spotify. I think Apple Music also provides that. We'll take in voice memos. You can be featured on our podcast, and we can discuss whatever you want to
discuss. And we'll definitely have, we definitely want to bring some guest speakers on from all different walks of life, from different spectrums, from, again, the very traditional to the very contemporary, more progressive of mindsets and kind of upbringing. I think that's what we want to shed light on, is how our upbringing actually kind of molded the way that we think, the way that we are as people. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. I feel like at some points we may look like we're rambling because we have so much to talk about.
Honestly.
And we're excited about it. And if you hear the doggies, they're kind of our unofficial mascots.
Yes, they are. They're definitely part of the podcast.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So check us out. Remember, follow us on IG. We don't have anything on Facebook yet. But as of right now, OkayByeOfficial on IG.
Most platforms, I think, we're OkayByeOfficial.
Yeah. And so check us out.
Yeah, we're going to be releasing podcasts Monday, Wednesdays, and hopefully within the week we'll be releasing other content of us, like behind the scenes and stuff, and editing. Right. And yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay,
bye.